Hi, Chansey. I'm a sweet boy, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yeah. Sweet boy. And then my sweet priest, yes, you are. Sweet girl, you ate for y'all's breakfast? Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome back to Tanya's place. I'm Tanya. So, I know I said I was not going to do this, but I did it. Let me tell you what I did. What are you doing, Chris? Can you tell them what we did? Do you think we should tell them what we did? Yeah? Okay, we tell them, okay? Come on, let's go eat breakfast. Come on, let's eat breakfast. Come on, babies. Let's go eat breakfast. Come on. What are you doing, Brownie? Sit down. Oopsie. Hey, quit. Come on. Come on, Chris. I know I said that I was not going to let them free range. Well, in a way I did. In a way I still protecting them. So this is what I've been thinking about a lot, and that's why I made the decision what I did. Let me show you. If you'll remember about this last video I said about not letting them free range. Well, I'm not really letting them free range because they are still in a enclosed backyard fencing, and nothing from the outside really can get into it. And the thing is about, you know, safety for your chickens. And there are still a lot of predators out there. And hi Jenny. And there's still a lot of predators out there, but there are just look at that. I can't believe you just did that. Hi, bud. Come on, go on, go. Not in there. No, go back to the house. Go back to the house. Go on. Go, Gizmo. Go. Get out of there. So what I did is I opened up the netting and I double netted that one area right there, and for them not to go to the other fence back there because the holes are a little bit wider than the ones on the side. So I went ahead and let them out. I sure did. Like I always had Jenny and Hope and Mr. Chris right here. I had them keep flying over the fencing over there, and there's really no stray dogs. Well, yeah, I know, bub. I know, bubby. What? So I had stray dogs coming up here a lot, and stray cats, and there we have a lot of coyotes around this area too. So I decided, he's right beside me here. I decided to go ahead and let him out of the chicken ear because they all were getting out. So this is what I did. You still have predators, so you're gonna have to keep an eye on it. And if you don't have a big backyard like I do, you know, you have to keep them in a chicken run. It's just more difficult to do this. But with them being in the fencing, you know, I'm more at ease because first of all, I thought maybe Belly was gonna hurt him. She doesn't even care about the chickens. My cats don't care about the chickens, and Gizmo is very protective over the chickens because they're my babies, so he's protective over them. So with that said, you still have to keep in mind that, you know, there are still predators out there that can get to your chickens, like hawks and owls and stuff like that. So I close the chicken run door, and in the mornings I come out and let them out, and they seem to be pretty good about it. They don't like to be closed in the mornings, but they'll be fine. At least I know they're safe. If you have dogs that are aggressive and you know that they're not going to do very well with the chickens, don't let them run because they're going to kill them. But if you have dogs that are don't care, well, let's just say they don't care about the chickens, then you'd be okay. A good thing about having them roam around in the backyard is to irrigate the ground and fertilize the yard. So by next year, we should have some good grass growing here. Well, when I get ready for my garden again, I will go ahead and have a fenced-in area for my garden, and not about the chickens, but you know, keep the chickens out of my garden because you know they're like my garden food. I know I said I was not going to do this, but I'm kind of glad I did now because knowing they're safe in the backyard, I have more sense of peace, and like I said, they're more happier. And Chris, my light color rooster, he's awesome. He's very protective over the girls, and he lets everybody know if there's anything out there for them to take cover. I really appreciate y'all's comments on my last video and the one before because I don't know everything about chickens. I'm still learning, and with us sharing it with each other, our experience it can be very helpful. So I'm going to be taking some of the comments that somebody left behind, and I'm going to implement this in my chicken coop. So I'm going to plan on doing that. But yes, I really appreciate that. And if you are new to the channel, you know, ask a question. If I try my best to answer it as best I can. And if I don't know, probably there's somebody out there can tell you what you can do about it. About having them free range right now, they don't eat as much scratch and stuff like that. They're eating out the bugs and whatever they're finding to eat, they're eating it. So that's actually a good thing for them. They're getting the protein what they need. So for them being out here roaming around is another good thing, is because they're getting down, we're getting less bugs that way. They're out here roaming around looking for the food and the things that they need, and they can find us in the yard. And I'm still giving them that scratch and that mealworms just to make sure they're getting what they need. It definitely has cut back on the scratch I've been giving them and their feed. They're doing great, and they're still laying a lot of eggs right now, so I'm really happy about that. And they're doing great. So I'm not worried as much about them walking on the deck and everything, because first of all, the pool is gone, and we barely spend any time on it. But we are going to be we're using the boards and the pool and the deck for our cabin and for our deck over there. So we're going to be taking them down, and the pile dirt that's piled up against the pool right now, we're going to flatten that all out again and just make it a flat backyard again. So that's our plan, at least. They're loving this. And the best of all of it is when I sit in the sunroom and I look out the window and I see them roaming around in the mornings. It's just pretty cool. I love it. Hi, Gray Gray. What are you doing, girlfriend? Hi. You gonna eat this grass? Yeah. So this is just a little update, kind of what's going on here too. And also I was going to share with y'all what I did. And like I said, putting the fence down, well, opening the fence for them to come out and kind of give them a little, still a safe area for them to go in, and kind of, you know, let them know they're still safe. Roaming around in the backyard really made them happier, and they're not, especially my two boys, they're not getting into each other's hair as much like they used to. So, but they're still not very aggressive at all to each other. They just chase each other around the yard, so that's not a dangerous thing for them, so I don't have to separate them yet. But so far, they're doing great, and I'm just happy that they're all getting along with each other. Here's Miss Belly. You've been a good girl. Yes, you have. You've been a good girl. You leaving the chickens alone. So proud of you. See, she don't even care. They're out there, and there's Miss Belly. Now, back in her time when she was young, I probably think she would chase those chickens around, but she does not seem to care whatsoever. And they're just chilling out. They're not nervous or stressed out. They're even cleaning themselves, so you know that they're not stressed. Is it safe for you chickens to run around in your backyard? I'll let you know what's going on here, and if you have any other ideas about the chickens, things that you do, please let me know. I'll be really interested in it. So God bless, and I will see y'all next video. They love scratching around here, so I'm very happy that they are doing that, because keeps them occupied from picking on each other as much, so that's a good thing for them. So, and they're working on my backyard and fertilizing it, and they're just doing a good job at it. So they love being out here, and like I said, you can see how they're just roaming around and scratching around, and they don't seem to bother at all to going to the neighbors, so that's a good thing. What do you think, Hendry?